right, today we're going to talk about your language and how important your language is when you're talking to buyers, when you're talking to sellers, in sales in general, when you're talking to title companies even. There's certain words as a salesperson that you need to eliminate from your vocabulary completely. And those are the things that we're going to talk about today. If you guys don't know who I am, my name is Josh Barnett. I work over at eXp Realty. I'm an agent over at eXp Realty, and I'm just telling everyone everything I know so that if you like it and if you want to, you can come join eXp Realty with me. Okay? It's that simple. So when you're talking about sales, and subscribe to the channel, don't forget, subscribe to the channel, give it a thumbs up if you like it at the end of the video. When you're talking about sales, the first two words to eliminate from your vocab right away that will make your job so much easier is you. Take you out of it. You don't ever have to use the word you, and then take the word but out of your vocabulary. If you take out the word you and but, your communication with everyone is going to take a much more neutral tone, and it's going to talk more about the subject that needs to be talked about. And you replace but with and it's going to be more positive. You're going to increase your sales theoretically. I don't have any proven studies that removing you and but from your vocab increases your sales, but it's going to make you a far more likable person. You're not going to be poking your finger at people, because verbally and in the written language, a you is seen as like a finger point. It's seen as a finger point. You comment down below if you agree with me. Comment down below if you don't agree with me too. If you think that's stupid, put that down in there. But here's how you, and not but, and here's how you do it. Here's how you do it. Okay, that's great, Josh. That's good info to know. How do you remove but and you out of your conversation? Right? Like these two words are so ingrained in our negative conversations, because the news is negative, TV's negative, everything's always negative. Okay, here we go. The easiest way to remove you. The easiest way to remove you is you're talking about a subject. Like, for example, customers have to turn on utilities. Customers have to turn off utilities. You could say you need to call and activate the utilities. You could say that. But listen to this. Listen to this. The utilities need to be activated. Huh? Here's another one. You need to drop off the earnest money. Listen to this. Please have the earnest money dropped off at. And I read a book. I don't even remember what book it was from. It's not my knowledge. It's not new knowledge. There's nothing new under the sun. Okay? But, I said but. I'm still always working on the but. So, if you're working with another agent, so those are two customer conversations. If you're working with another agent and a document was sent over with a missing initial, or a document was sent over with a missing check mark or something, never, because you're not just a salesperson to your customer, you're also a salesperson to the agent on the other side. You're also a salesperson to the title company. You're also a salesperson to the inspectors. You're a salesperson to everyone. A closer is always closing, okay? You're not being manipulative. You're not causing people to do things they don't want. You're affirming. You're inspiring. The people already want to buy and sell houses. They already want to buy and sell houses. All you're doing is helping them accomplish their goals. And I'll tell you, if you don't step in and help them to accomplish their goals, they'll find someone else that will. Let me tell you a story real quick. I went I've gone on several listing appointments, and sometimes it doesn't sound like a good deal, or the person's game plan doesn't sound like a good game plan to me. I will present them the best option that I always see fit, that I believe in my small archaic brain that I believe is a good fit for them. But I never sell them on it. What they want, what their end goals are, that is my job as a salesman. That's your job as a salesman or saleswoman to do. You help the customer accomplish their goal. Whatever their goal is, you accomplish that goal. If they like your option and they want to explore it, great. You bring so much product knowledge. You bring so much information to the table as a real estate salesman or real estate saleswoman that you bring things to the table people never thought about. But if you bring them something and they're like, no, I still want to do this, you better execute on whatever this is. You better execute on it, okay? Okay, that's my quick story on why we're salespeople to everyone and that we always accomplish the customer's goal. Because if we don't, they will find someone else. I once went to a listing appointment. What the person wanted to do, I didn't think was good. They found someone to help them accomplish their goals. I told them what I thought they should do, what I thought would be better, but I didn't push on what they wanted. I just thought what I said was best. It wasn't best. They found someone else to help them, okay? That's what's important. So, going back to being a salesperson to everyone, when an agent sent over a document, like for example, it's getting less pervasive. Is that a word, pervasive? Put down in the comments below if pervasive is a real word. It's getting less common. I know common's a real word. That people check the blank box on the real estate commission here in Oklahoma and write cash addendum. There's no such thing as a cash addendum. Like, I love it when I see the cash addendum thing. I'm such a smart aleck. I'm always like, hey, I'm missing the cash addendum. There's no such thing as a cash addendum. They're like, can you send that over? Because the contract had checked and written in cash addendum, and I don't see the cash addendum here. I'm having fun with them, okay? I'm having fun with them. Like, oh, well, let me find that. Okay, great. They're not going to find it. There's no such thing. But going back, so to get someone to get an agent, because 99% of the time it's the agent that messed up the contract. It's not the buyer or the seller. The buyer or seller hired the agent thinking that they would handle the paperwork correctly, okay? Whenever it gets messed up, it's usually the agent that messed it up. So so the way to ask for paperwork to get changed when you're dealing with other agents is not to blame it on compliance. Especially, okay, you can blame it on compliance if it's an actual compliance issue, but if you're just going around saying everything's for compliance, and it's not, you're lying. You're lying, folks. Don't say that. Don't say it's for compliance unless it really is. So if it's something like you put the other agent didn't check the home warranty part, or check the cash addendum, and there's no such thing as a cash addendum. All you have to do, call them up. Always call people. Talk to people, folks. Don't just email. Talk to people. And call them up and say, hey, my office, they go crazy whenever the blank spot's checked and there's no cash addendum. I'm going to send this back with the seller initial and struck through that there's no cash addendum, because there's literally not. You don't say that part because there's no real cash addendum. Like Oklahoma Real Estate Commission doesn't have a cash addendum, and clause 2 of the paragraph says that it's a cash purchase contract unless one of these addendums are added. I'm going to send that back, string it through. My office needs it. It follows the contract. They've talked to OREC a bunch about that. I'm going to send that back to you as soon as the seller signs it. Could you get the buyer to initial off on that too? So you say the office needs it, and could you get the buyer? Oh, could the buyer? Don't use the word you. Could the buyer sign off on it also? So that's what you send over, okay? If it's the home warranty and there wasn't a checkbox checked, call them up, say, hey, reviewing the contract. I know we're having to get these over so quickly nowadays. Sometimes things aren't checked. Is there an option that the buyer prefers we check on the home warranty? Were they just going to buy one on their own after closing, or were they going to ask the seller for one? Which checkbox could I check? And then we'll just get everyone to initial it later. And they'll tell you. So you say, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. Never tell the buyer's agent to send something back correct. You are not being a salesperson. You're not helping the sale. You're making people not want to work with you. That's what you're doing. You're hurting the buyer or seller, telling another agent they need to send you a fresh copy of it done right. Okay, that's not an open, warm, welcoming environment. When you're doing sales, you're talking with your heart. When you're doing sales, you're talking with arms wide open. Okay, you're making the process smooth. You're forecasting next steps for everyone involved. You're checking in. You're keeping things rolling forward. Okay, that's what you're doing. And I'm using the word you because that's who I'm talking to. I want you to be successful. I want you to kick butt at it. So remove you, and when you're needing the other agent to do something, talk about the thing that you need help getting done. I need help getting this done for my office. Okay? Not, you need to fix this and send me a clean copy. Don't do that. Don't do that. When you're talking to the title company, and I'm talking to you now, when you're talking to a title company, always send them all the info on each email. Always send them copies of everything you've already sent them on each email. So title companies and the people at the title companies, they're working on things 8, 9, 10 hours a day. They're working on things. If they have to stop what they're working on, pause, stop what they're working on, go over to the file that has what you're talking about in it, that costs them time. If you structure, I will say you can do everything via email with title companies. I will say that. But if you structure your email about the question and be very pointed, be very curt, be very straight and to the point to the title company, not mean, don't use the word you with them, don't use the word but with them, but straight to the point with the title company, and attach the contract, attach the document, attach the what this is that you're talking about. If it's the title report, if it's the title insurance policy, attach that to the email. And you structure your email like this. Hi, Mrs. Tabitha, whatever their name is at the title company. Enter. One question, underline bold, enter, indent, 1, period. On the title report, items 2 and 3 of Schedule A say X, Y, and Z. Is this a cloud that the seller needs to work on, or is the name of their office, First American, Chicago Title, or the Abstractor, or your office is don't say you, or don't say are you going to take care of these conditions. Say, is Chicago Title going to be clearing these clouds, comma, or not comma, but put or does the seller need to call ASAP and chat with you about it? And if it's the title report, put the title report in the email, and after the word title report, put parentheses, attached title report, close parentheses. You know how much quicker they're going to answer your email when you provide the document that you need help with? Because they're working in a secure system. They're having to look at files in a secure system. They may not be able to have more than one file open at a time in that secure system. So if your email already has the attachment in it. And when they're reading it, because you know how you can preview emails, when they're reading it and the email preview has the question and it says document attached in it, they can click on your email and take care of it without exiting what they're working on. That's going to get you quicker responses from the title company. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. And that's not all title companies. Not all title companies are the same. Not all title companies are having to work in secure systems where they can only work on one file at a time. I'm just trying to give you nuggets to help. I'm just trying to give you nuggets to help, okay? I'm not a know-it-all. I'm not a know-it-all. These are just things that have worked for me. These are just things that have worked for me, okay? So, that's how you talk to title companies. That's how you talk to other agents. That's how you talk to buyers and sellers. Remove the word you. Remove the word you out of all your consumer conversations. Remove the word you out of all the agent interactions. Remove the word you when you're talking to the title company via email. And here's the second one, but. And this one's hard. I'm constantly working on removing the word but out of my vocabulary. You can say scenario 2, and also consideration of, okay? Scenario, something to keep in mind. Also, something to keep in mind. And we need to keep in mind. And I'd like to discuss this. And we need to keep this in mind. Okay? Remove the word but. Remove the word to. That's all I got for you guys today. Josh Barnett, eXp Realty. If you like the content, hit subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on my other videos about how to be a better agent, how to be better in business, in real estate business, and then how eXp is just absolutely mind-blowing and why over 82,000 agents have been moving to it. And I think over like 70,000 agents moved to it in just the last 2 years. It's not just a real estate brokerage, guys. It's way more than that. It's a way that you can actually retire as an agent and not sell houses for the rest of your lives. Guys, I'll see you on the next video. Enjoy the outro. Enjoy the videos that are popping up. And subscribe. Call, text, or email me. If you have questions about eXp Realty, I'd love to chat with you about it. See ya on the next video. Removing, oh, that's a highway patrolman. Oh my goodness. Let's hope they're not angry today. Gosh darn, it's okay. They're sitting there still. Whew, man. When the speed limit has a sign that says what it is, stick to it, okay? Don't drive faster than the speed limit. Don't be a dodo bird.